Hey guys, it's Classic. Welcome to this week's episode of Casual Talks, where I get on the pitch with your favorite people in the Rocket League community to find more about them. This week's episode is one of the most creative pros, Turtle. Yeah, if you're ready with this. Yeet! Okay. So I'm gonna start with the same question that I start with everyone is oh yeah baby, need that consistency. When did you
like how did you get into Rocket League, isn't it?
Yeah, when did you get into Rocket League?
Good at this, bro.
Dude, don't worry, these sneaky questions come later.
I don't know, it's like 2015. I think I was watching like a Speedy video. You know that guy on YouTube, the YouTuber?
Who?
The KYR Speedy.
Nope.
Or some shit.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I don't know, he's some like popular YouTuber. I saw him playing the game, I was just like, that looks sick as hell. And I used to play soccer as a kid, so this shit's like pretty intriguing.
Were you like a hardcore gamer before like getting to Rocket League, or like was that
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like, I don't know, I think in 2011 I used to play like Team Fortress 2 a shit ton. Like I have like 2,500 hours in that game.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that was like, I think I got into the esports team without really knowing it. Like I played some tournaments and stuff and we had a team and shit. It was fun. That was like the intro to it.
So you were already like familiar with like not necessarily a competitive play, but just play like a shit ton to become like as good as possible.
Yeah, then like, I mean, I put on a team and stuff as well.
Okay, so when you got into Rocket League, was it like from the get-go, dude, I want to become pro, or was it like just like this game's pretty fun, so I'm just gonna grind it day in and day out?
I mean, yeah, it was just fun. I don't know. I remember it was against like Sad Junior, and I wasn't really thinking about playing this game a lot. But I found like Sad Junior, and then I found his Twitch stream, and he had like 500 viewers, and I was like, holy shit, I might be able to pop off in this game if I'm able to like compete against this dude. Whenever I played against Sad, it was like, that's when I realized I was kind of close to like that top level of play, because everybody in the comments was like nutting over how good he was, and I barely lost him in a ranked game. Well, you remember the Pro League?
Yep.
And then we had like the Pro Draft tournament, the RL Pro Draft tournament. That was like what changed everything. Was it Crow and shit? Like this was back in the day whenever were you there for that? There was a draft tournament with pros, and Crow was like a captain. It was whenever I was just like on the come up, I guess.
Okay.
It was a tournament that I randomly got invited to.
Okay.
The first time ever against all these pros, and then Crow picked me and stuff, and we ended up winning. And everybody was like hyping me up. And I was like, oh shit, I should probably stream.
You went into Twitch before YouTube?
Yeah.
And
well, in terms of Rocket League, I've been doing YouTube for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so you were already a content creator.
Yeah.
What kind of vids were you making before Rocket League?
This is like whenever I was into TF2 a lot, I would do shit like that. I was really focused on making a YouTube career and like YouTube channel, like really hard before Rocket League came up. And then all of a sudden this game happened, and I kind of went like pro in it early on. And so that's when all the content and stuff died. You know what I mean? Yeah,
because you had so much focus on playing.
Exactly, yeah.
And do you feel like more like fulfilled, I guess, with
I just feel more free, yeah. I don't know, I don't like relying on other people to do stuff. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know if maybe it's me. I mean, I like to think that I'm a pretty good teammate and like communication is really good, but I don't like dealing with other people. I'm not saying that like in an arrogance, because like it's not like, oh, I could fucking 1v3, because that's obviously not the case. But I mean, like in a job sense, I don't like working like that. Like I just like doing my own thing. You know what I mean? The thing that frustrates me about being in the scene is like people don't really care necessarily about who you are or what you have to say. It's just how many hours you want to put into the game and what you can do in a tournament.
How did your audience like react going from like Rocket League vids to these new like god tier banter vids?
I mean, some like it, some don't. I mean, that's the main thing that frustrates me is like people expect you to stay. That's why like I hate having the title of pro. Like when anybody calls me a pro, especially with content related stuff, it actually like triggers me. Like back in the day, I don't know, it would always just frustrate me when people would label content as like pro, because people really just want to watch. In this game, content excels whenever it's involving the competitive scene, and so like being a pro, I think that just puts you in a box, and everybody just wants you to stay in that box and just make the same shit. But like at the end of the day, it doesn't really fucking matter, you know?
No,
like just make what you want to make, and that's what I've kind of come to terms with. I don't understand why people are getting offended by it as well. Like a lot of people get really upset about it, as if there aren't any other Rocket League players who are doing pretty much the exact same thing. So it's not like there's like a lack of content because I'm not making them anymore.
I want to touch more on the new kind of vids you're doing, because like, you know, there's plenty of ways to know more about like your thoughts on Rocket League itself and all that jazz.
Right.
Do you have kind of like a routine, or like how do you come up with this kind of content, like from the idea part to like the full-fledged vid? Like, what's your process?
So obviously, like, the videos aren't insanely creative either. Like, it's kind of like a similar format to H3, you know that guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
H3, everybody knows that guy. And obviously, like, it's kind of like a style. And right now I'm also trying to adjust and like figure out ways I can make it more unique, and just for like the process though, I don't know. It's just I kind of just have to. It's more like topic based now. So if I find a topic I want to talk about, then I can make a video on it, and I can go about doing it. Right now I'm not really focusing on numbers, on views or anything. I just want to make sure I can get kind of what I'm doing down and like a routine going. And now that I'm not doing Rocket League, I can expand my like I guess practice in like almost every other field. Like I said, it just depends on the topic. So like I'm getting more practice working with real life types of videos that appeal to pretty much way more people, because it's not just one game.
Do you still actively produce music, or is that on the
yeah, that's like pretty much all I've been doing lately. I'm really trying to like get a collection of songs to like maybe get like an EP going or something like that. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I've been working a lot on producing, like a ton. It also frustrates me because whenever I like say I want to do music, that's why in what was it, that one of that video with like the grapefruit and shit, I explained a lot of like stuff that makes me enjoy music, because I didn't want it to seem like oh, now Turtle isn't good at Rocket League anymore, and you know he's doing YouTube and he needs more money. He's just gonna make a fucking shitty rap song. You know what I mean? Like that's like the opposite vibe. Okay. Like I'm not trying to be like a rice gum and pull like 3 million subscribers and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a rapper. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not just do it for the sake of convenience.
What's the funniest thing you've witnessed as an answer to like your Switch recently?
Somebody like told me to go to hell, and then I'll never amount to anything, and then he fucking like, I don't know, he like roasted my appearance or something. I don't know what it was.
What?
And then yeah, dude, some people get so mad whenever you switch up content like at all. It's like, wow, you're not gonna make Rocket League anymore videos anymore. You're just gonna do this shit content and make shit music. Wow, goodbye. And then you unsub. So, okay.
What the fuck?
Fantastic.
Yeah, you're like, what? You don't make Rocket League anymore? Well, you're ugly. Got him.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, wow, just because you're not playing Rocket League, you instantly became ugly. You fucking bitch. I'm like trying to not read comments as much. It's not like I'm getting like a shit. Like, I mean, per video, I'll get anywhere from like, if I get like 200 to 400 comments, I usually don't want to read most of them. I'm starting to like get into the habit of just reading the upvoted ones. Yeah. Because if I like go through the newest ones, I read all these like, I don't know, I just lose brain cells, bro. It's so annoying. Like, it honestly like ruins my day too. Because if I get like 30 comments that are like, oh, dude, I love this video. I love the content you're making. And then the one comment where this dude's like, wow, you're not even funny. You're a fucking idiot. Go die. And that shit just ruins my whole day. I mean, it makes me laugh, but it also like low-key hurts inside. I'm like, wow, okay. And like a little tear comes down my eye.
I'm curious. Do you have like a weird habit? Like something that people are like, dude, why do you exist? Like, why do you do this?
I'm kind of like a neat freak, bro. Like,
really?
My room gets dirty a lot, but I fucking like I'm low-key a germaphobe. I don't know. Like, especially with feet, bro. Like, if you get feet near me, I'll fucking slap the shit out of you. That's like a pet peeve of mine, bro. It's not really a bad habit, but
you like to integrate your friends a lot into like your content.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what was the experience of like being kind of like celebrity is a bit strong, but like a known dude while going to school at the same time and like friends. Did you like have any weird experience or like people being?
At first, I kept it like. At first, I like hated when people knew, so I never told anybody. So like my last year of high school, I only told my like really close friends, and I like they like swore, like I made them fucking like sign like a pact code almost to like never tell people, because that shit was like sacred to me. Okay. And then at the end of high school, I was just like, fuck it, and like I didn't really, I don't think it's like I mean, obviously it's dope and shit, and it's really cool, but it's not like anything to brag about. I don't want to be that guy who walks around and is like, oh, dude, look at how many Twitter followers I have, and fucking
Yeah.
like shove my dick in everybody's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. You didn't want to push it like
So
down people's
yeah,
throat.
because it's really not like it could have happened to anybody, and it's just something that is unique about me, I guess. But I'm not gonna like rub it in everybody's face. So I was just kind of chilling, and then slowly, once I told all my friends that they can just tell people, like it just kind of started spreading. And then I just got a lot of people asking about it. But it's funny because like whenever I would keep it on the down low and nobody knew about it, a lot of people in like class and shit would like, they, you know, I obviously wouldn't like talk to them, but now all of a sudden it's like they know that I have like, I guess, clout.
Oh,
So
they
you get a
want
lot
a
of people
clout.
who are like, oh wow, hey Isaac, how you doing?
With being in high stress environment of playing competitively, and even sometimes I guess YouTube, do you feel like stressed or anxious, and if you do, like what do you do to like kind of cope with it?
Uh, Honestly, I don't. I'm really bad at coping with stress. I think
Yeah.
that's probably like my. That's probably why like a lot of times at LAN I'll freak the fuck out and maybe won't perform. You know what I mean? Like if I'm ever to not perform, it's just because I'm like overthinking shit. And I I feel like I find myself overthinking a shit ton more when it comes to competing rather than content. Because with content, it's just my. You know what I mean? There's nothing really to compete about. It's like that's probably why I enjoy it so much is because the stress. It's like a good stress in my brain. Like I
Okay.
enjoy the stress of like, oh, what's my next video gonna be? How am I gonna make this different? How can I be more funny? What can I do to make this edit really good? I like that stress. But in terms of Rocket League stress and competition, that shit freaks me out. And I've always been horrible at dealing with it. So whenever I get like a really bad stress with Rocket League, like at lands or something, I mean, I usually just try not to think about it. But like after season 3 LAN, where we played against, I think we lost to Northern. I just like fucking. I was like, bro, what the hell? I like collapsed, bro. That shit was horrible.
If the stress was bigger in those kind of like competing times when you were winning and stuff, was the payout bigger also?
Yeah, for sure. Like it was like if you lose, I'm like super fucking like over the top, like depressed and annoyed and like just upset. And then if we win, it's like super over the top, like hype. Like I'm like the king of the fucking world.
Was the fear of like underperforming in front of others, what was that the stress, or was it more like
It's
intrinsic of
it's
like I don't want to
it's
let down my
teammates.
teammates? Okay.
It's always teammates, bro. I never want to let down my teammates ever. And that shit fucking sucks. Like I don't. Obviously, it's kind of rough whenever people are rooting for you, but like if they're your fans, they don't really care how you perform because they just want you to do well and they want what's best for you, which is dope. That's what you come to learn. But the thing that sucks the most is just letting down your teammates. You know, like if you grind a lot together, then you have to win together. And sometimes if you can't put in the effort or you can't put in the, I don't know, what you were supposed to at a certain LAN or at a performance, then it feels like it's all your fault. And that's why I think Garrett's really good. I think, honestly, because I was watching a stream and he said that he didn't even know I was in the stream. He was talking about season 2, and he's like, whenever we lost season 2, he's like, yeah, it shit sucked. And he mentioned how he was like, more like he said that was my toxic days, which I mean Garrett was never really toxic, but obviously we all wanted to win. So
Yeah.
and he was by far the best player. But I think something that Garrett like really fucking evolved with is like he understood that he was more whenever he joined NRG, he never views himself now as the best player ever. Like every time Energy loses, Garrett is always like, I could have done better. I could have done this. I could have. He never ever blames his teammates, and I feel like season 2 losing that was probably one of the most influential things for him.
Oh, dude, that's
That's why I
interesting.
respect him a lot because I feel like, you know, even if
He
he was,
grew, basically.
yeah, exactly. And obviously so did I, but like he had all the right to be fucking mad at us because Moses and I didn't do well at all, and he did really well that land.
You mentioned that moment for Garrett was probably like his moment of progression. Do you have like one for yourself, a moment where you kind of switched like you flipped the switch?
I don't know. I can't really think of one person. I think losing season 2 helped, and also didn't help a lot of it. Like I don't know. I feel like losing season 2 was really good for me, but it also like it kind of like made me more scared to lose because that shit sucked. Like losing and everybody kind of just like blaming you and Moses. That was just horrible.
You say you like a lot of music. Do you have you mentioned NF earlier? Do you have like an album or like an artist that basically changed how you went on with your music creation, or like just life in general, like a game, basically a life changer album or artist?
Let me think. I really, okay, so in terms of music, I think the main person who inspired me to like kind of make my own music a lot was a lot of J. Cole.
Okay.
And a lot of Logic mixed with XXX.
Oh, Logic.
Those are like I was kind of revolving around a lot of those. And in terms of albums, I mean, I really like the old Kanye album, Graduation.
Yeah.
I like that style a lot.
I just want to know, do you have something you want to share, someone you want to shout out, a message you want to get across? Now would be the time for you. Just kind of get it off your chest.
Oh, I'm gonna shout out Classic for being a god. Shout out to Classic.
Well, thanks a lot for doing this, Turtle.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.